In this video, we'll take a look at working with fonts inside of Easy Video Lab version 2. You see that we have a template already selected here, so we have something to kind of work with here. Now, I've got a font already selected. You can see that it's right here. You really can't apply a text animation until you've actually specified a font, and we'll take a look at that in a second. But you can see that I have text in here and a font selected, and we have an actual fonts box here that you can open up to specify your font. You can do keyword searches for them. You can set favorites. So if you click on the little star here, it will add it to the favorites list and we'll list them alphabetically. If I don't want it, or I want to remove it from favorites, I can go ahead and get rid of that. You see here that I've got all my fonts here that are my personal favorites, and I mix this up depending on a project sometimes. You know, some of these are for specific things, like the Courier Prime I use that for the typing animation. And this one obviously for cartoon. Most of my favorites are bold, and I would really recommend that you usually use big bold fonts inside of videos because it's easier to read, and people are, with all the motion and everything, you want it to be kind of like a billboard. You know, you have a limited time to read something on a billboard, so you want it to be as easy to read as possible, kind of like also like headlines in newspapers. They're big and bold and easy to read for a reason. So because under the idea that you may have a limited amount of time, you want the big bold stuff to stand out and make it easier for your viewers to watch that video. So we recommend that you use big bold videos. I like to use this Chunk 5 Roman. A lot of you have seen me use that in pretty much all of our templates. I try to keep that consistent, and you can change that. That's always a recommendation. If you have favorites, you know that you can keep it consistent throughout your video with one or two fonts. So again, you have the ability to specify favorites. You can also do a keyword search. So I'm looking for chalkboard, and you can see after only typing in a few, it starts to give me some options here that I can enter in. And now if I've got something selected already, I can come up here and you can see that I can even have one of the like regular or bold options. And again, if I selected that, it would show up here. Let's take a look at that. Let's go ahead and start with a separate animation. So let's come over here and I'll add an empty block, and we'll come up to Pepper Blast and just put in some quick test text there. And you see I've already got a font there. So normally I actually did that before I did this video. So normally it would look like this. And if I tried to apply it, it would say, hey, nope, you don't have a font. So what I need to do again is open up this, and whatever I'm going to specify for that, I could need to double click on it. And then it's going to show up here. If I decide I don't like that, I can click on that and select a different one. And once I'm happy with it, then it's going to let me actually apply that text animation. And you see now I have that text animation down here, and I'm able to, if I want to change it, if I want to change the font later, if I decide that I don't want that, I can still do that and apply it, and so forth. So that's working with fonts in Easy Video Lab 2.